is able to hear me and everyone is able to see my screen. If possible, can someone please confirm if you're able to hear me clearly and able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Everything
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
yes, everything is fine.
Thank you. So, yesterday we discussed about what exactly a REST controller. Okay. Before that, we discussed about STS plugin and we were able to create a Spring Boot project with STS plugin. And after that, the next topic which we are discussing about REST controller. What is the meaning of REST controller is by default, Spring Boot is a middleware system which can be connected to any of the front end like Angular, React, Node, Go language, Vue.js, or Spring MVC, or any kind of front end where it will interact with middleware system, which is a Spring Boot as a middleware system. So if at all, if you want to interact with middleware, the entry point for any specific functionality is a REST controller. Means exposing the business logic over a REST protocol is a REST controller. And we have discussed about a typical difference between controller as well as REST controller is REST controller can connect with any of the front end, but whereas controller will connect with only a Java based front end, which can have either JSP or HTML. From there only we can have connection. So this is what so far yesterday I have explained. And also we discussed about any real-time business application we take, every functionality we will be considering as a one of the REST controller. How many services our business is having, that way REST controllers we are going to have. How many services our business is going to have, that many REST controllers we are going to have. Like product controller, customer controller, invoice controller, payment controller, discount controller, as well as shipping controller. By default, these many REST controllers are available, so that in product controller, product functionality, customer controller, customer functionality, invoice controller, invoice functionality, payment controller, payment functionality, discount, and shipping, right? Shipping. Okay. So this is what so far yesterday I discussed. And if anyone has any questions, I'll take it up. Otherwise, I'll proceed further today on the next topic of dispatcher servlet as well as request mapping. Dispatcher servlet as well as request mapping. And we'll focus on the various rules which are defined, so that we are going to focus further. This is what so far yesterday I discussed. As of now, anyone has any questions? As of now, anyone has any questions, guys, before I proceed further?
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, I'm changing the port number, but I getting error, sir.
What error you are getting? Port is already in use.
Yes, sir. Already used. I am stopped the
option is where I'll go to dispatcher servlet. That means in the initial first Spring Boot Hello World class, that is Hello World in our initial class. Okay. We discussed about the functionality of a Spring Boot application, right? Where it is going to create IOC container, it is going to take care of memory management, and it is going to take care of all Java classes it is going to identify. Okay. And it will create a dispatcher servlet. Now, this is what I want to go further. What do you mean by dispatcher servlet is by default, if my project is in e-commerce framework or a banking project, savings controller is there, right? Current account controller is there. Personal loan controller is there. Home loan controller is there, right? Credit card control. These are my controllers. Okay. Now, by default, whenever I click on front end of a savings account button in Angular front end or React front end, whenever I click on savings account button, okay, which is going to call savings controller. Whenever I click on current account controller button, it should call current account controller. Whenever I click on home loan button, it should call home loan. Okay. So by default, every service in middleware associated with a front end. By default, every service is in middleware. Definitely it will be associated with a dedicated front end. So by default, all the controllers, okay, all the controllers in in Bootstrap package, okay, and sub packages, all the controllers, all the REST controllers, I can say that all the REST controllers which are in the Bootstrap package as well as which are in the Bootstrap sub packages, all will be registered. All the REST controllers in the Bootstrap package and sub packages will be registered to IOC container. It will register to IOC container so that dispatcher servlet. What is a dispatcher servlet? Dispatches. The name itself is indicating dispatch. In our government offices, we have a dispatch clerk will be there, right? In post office, we have a dispatch section will be there, right?
Delivery.
Exactly. It's a delivery. Exactly. That's a typical name, right? So whenever I click on savings button, the request should be delivered to savings controller. Whenever I click on home loan, the request will go to home loan controller. Whenever I click on personal loan, it should trigger into personal loan. It should deliver that particular request into, or it should redirect that request into respective controller. That will be used. That will be done using dispatcher servlet. Spring Boot created a servlet, a Java code, to dispatch any request coming from any front end to respective REST controller. It will dispatch us. It will deliver all front end requests to the specific REST controller. So that how it is going to dispatch is nothing but it is internally having a annotation called as request mapping. Okay. Every controller, every REST controller will have a specific annotation called as request mapping. Every REST controller will have a specific annotation called as request mapping. Whatever the path we mention, okay, so URL will be verified with request mapping entry and it will be redirected to specific controller. I'm going to showcase this hands-on. So what I'm going to showcase this is I'm going to showcase this hands-on. So let me go back to my project Hello World STS. Okay. As of now, here I'm creating. Okay, sir. Here I'm creating New controller, HDFC controller. Okay. And I'm creating maybe I can write HDFC savings controller. Next, I am taking HDFC loan controller. I am taking Amazon product controller. I am taking Amazon payment controller. So like this, we have a lot of controllers. Okay. Now I'll go to one by one. HDFC savings controller. Okay. Right. Maybe HDFC savings. I can see that HDFC account controller. So that it will be easy here. HDFC account controller. What I'm going to write? It's a REST controller. Okay. It's a REST controller. So that it will be registered with dispatcher servlet. At the rate of REST controller means it is going to register with dispatcher servlet. How it is going to dispatcher servlet is, I am going to have at the rate of request mapping. We are going to have at the rate of request mapping value is equal to / account. Request can be mapped. My input request can be mapped under account. By default, HTTP localhost : 8080 is the default path. So this is a default path. Am I right? After that,
Can we go with just with a method level request?
method level also fine, but for example, the savings account is there, sir. If you want to use the same savings account in another controller also, then by default method level plus class level, it will be easy for us, right?
Yes, got it.
Okay, but it's not mandatory. You can write that. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you.
Yes, sir. Like I have same question. Is this like industry standard? We are
Yes.
following, or I mean, the class
No.
level also we are defining this request mapping, right? So,
By default, sir, for example, sir, if you see
Yeah.
products, okay, I can create a product, I can update a product, I can delete a product, I can retrieve a product, right? So if I say product functionality, product / add a product, product / get a product, product / delete a product, product / update a product. Correct, right? The product should be at class level. Add product means adding a product. Update product means update product. Delete product means delete product. Get a product means get a product. Understand, right? Product / add. Product / update. Product / delete. For example, same case, customer / add. Customer / update. Customer / delete. Add, update, delete, get are common for every controller, right? The only differentiating factor is if you take class level plus method level, it will be good practice and you can easily understand what functionality you are achieving. Is that clear?
yes, sir. It means more readable code.
Correct. More readable code. Yes.
Yes, sir. I
Right.
just have one more question.
Mhm.
That is, if I go and try to browse just only a / account, it will return the whatever it is there in
No,
the
it's
main
not going to
class.
return. No. Ideally, I cannot call class, right? I can only call method, right? Browser,
yeah.
it will call get method only, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what is that if I don't point anything, then is there any default
No,
class?
no, you need to. But by default, for example, in the last class, I only write class level. Sorry, method level. Do you write anything at the REST controller? I only write method level. That means only path is slash. That's why localhost colon 8080. I have only one controller, only one method. By default, that will be executed. And that's why I got localhost 8080 means this is came. So in this particular specific situation only, you will get this, where you no need to write class level.
Got it.
Now, okay, let
Sir,
me go to. Yeah.
sir, one more doubt, sir. In a bank, one person having current account and the same person having savings account. That case is matchable for this controllers.
It is all depends on your situation, right? In you are going to write savings account in the savings controller. You are going to write current account in the current functionality. That is nowhere related, right?
Yes, sir.
In this code, you will write savings account. In this code, you will write current account. The
Yes,
same
sir.
person may match or may not match.
May or may not.
Yes. Okay, guys. Now, I'm taking loan controller. Now, how to write this loan controller, guys? Can someone tell me here? Based on the knowledge, at the rate of REST controller. Okay. Now, what I want is home loan, personal loan, mortgage, vehicle loan. Okay. These are the things I require. Now, what is the URL means? Okay. Slash home or slash loan slash home. One method. Slash loan slash personal. One method. Slash loan slash vehicle is another method. Okay. So slash loan slash home, one method. Slash loan slash personal, one method. Slash loan slash vehicle is another method. Now, how to write this? Loan is at by default, it is going to have typically at class level.
Yes.
And this is at method level. So how to write here? At the rate of request mapping value is equal to slash loan. REST controller as well as request mapping. By default here, HTTP localhost colon 8080 slash loan. Whenever we hit this particular method, localhost 8080 slash loan, which is equal to HDFC loan controller OBJ1 or OBJ is equal to IOC dot get HDFC loan controller. HDFC loan controller OBJ is equal to IOC dot get HDFC loan controller. Now, here I am going to write public string get home loan return home loan section. Now I am going to write slash home, right? Then what is the URL here? HTTP localhost 8080 loan slash home. Next one is same method here. Maybe I'll copy paste. So which is equal to personal loan section get personal loan. So which is equal to personal loan section whenever you hit this method, it is going to call obj dot get home loan, right? Whenever you hit this, obj dot get personal loan. Next one is vehicle, get vehicle loan, vehicle loan section. So whenever you hit this, automatically obj dot get vehicle. Is it clear, guys? Everyone? Everyone is clear?
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Now I'll give a work to you guys. Amazon payment controller, Amazon product controller. Okay. What exactly I want is, okay, I'll give a homework to you. Like kids, we have a homework, right? So don't just kidding. Okay. So what I want here, HTTP localhost colon 8080 / Amazon or / product / add product. Okay. Can you write like this, right?
Yep.
In the similar way, product / get product, product / update product, product / delete product. Will you do that, right, guys? Everyone is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Now in the similar way, Amazon payment controller, which is equal to Amazon / or payment / GPay, Google Pay, Google payment section, credit card, section, COD. What is COD? Cash on delivery. Gift card. Gift card section. So you can write other two controllers easily based on the knowledge. Okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Can
Yes,
we have
sir.
a payment for all for the class? Payment. Yeah.
Payment for all
Okay.
means what?
No. The first one is a / payment, but the second one is / product.
Oh, sorry. Copy paste. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Right. Now I wrote 4 controllers, out of which I only implemented 2 controllers. Rest of the 2 controllers you take care. Okay. Now I'm just running my application. Nothing to do here. One by one, I'll see. So nothing I'm doing here. One by one, I'm going to see that. Yes. All my application is started. Let me go to HDFC account controller. One by one, read here. So that you see here, savings account module. You got the output? Next, current account. current account module, FD, fixed deposit account. So 3 came, right? Next, loan. Okay. Loan slash home. Local host.
L is missing in the URL, local.
Okay.
That's it.
Home loan section. It's a copy paste here, which happened there. Personal loan, vehicle, and vehicle. So all things by default, if nothing is there, hello world. Like that, we are going to have REST controller as well as request mapping. Okay. So, for example, sir, by mistake, Srini, any question you have?
Yeah, Vijay, I have one question. Can we access that loan without the parameter, like without the value, without the loan alone, like in a URL? Like
That's what already one person.
I have to return it with that URL, localhost 8080/loan.
Already one participant asked the same question. I already answered to that question.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. By default, I clearly mention request mapping at class level plus method level. Both should be there. If you give only loan, it will not, it's a class level. It will confuse which method we need to execute. It is not going to give an option to call all the methods. So class level plus unique method level, that should be called. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm stopping my application. But by default, I wrote one more thing. Okay. Which is mortgage loan. Get mortgage loan, which is equal to mortgage section. But I am keeping the same request mapping. Sir, method is different. Implementation is different. But same request mapping. For this request mapping is the same. For this also request mapping is same. Is it right or wrong?
Wrong.
It's wrong.
It's pure correct. It's wrong. Why? I clearly mentioned that
Unique.
URL should be unique. URL should be unique. Can we see that? Is it a compilation problem or runtime problem? Purely compilation problem only. While registering this URL to the dispatcher servlet, already with this name, one entry will be there in the dispatcher servlet. Okay. Guys, I don't know why these many people are unmuting blindly. Srini, Mr. Srini, it's your responsibility. You need to make sure that you're always on mute. If at all, if I'm saying the same again and again, I will remove that participant from the class. Every second is valuable here, please. Don't get irritated for yourself and don't get irritated to everyone. You should be attending the class where you don't have any extra sound. And you should make sure that always you are on mute. I cannot take n number of times. If at all, if I see the same, we will remove that participant from the class. Okay, right. So what is that main point is, where I have a request mapping, which is the same for the two methods, but implementation is different. URL is same, implementation is completely different. So is it a runtime problem or compilation time problem? It's a purely compilation time problem only. While registering to dispatcher servlet, already with this URL, one name is already there, and to the same name, one more method cannot be added, so that it is going to call
Sir, one more question. Sir.
1 second, ma'am. I'll take 1 second. 1 second up here. Let me teach this. I'll take up here. Okay. Right. Now you see here, you got error. What is that error? There is already HDFC controller bean method, get vehicle loan, ambiguous mapping. Ambiguous means already the mapping is there. You are trying to map one more thing. Ambiguous map cannot map HDFC loan controller with loan/vehicle with loan/mortgage. Ambiguous mapping. Clearly, if at all, if your URLs are not unique, you cannot launch your application. Basically, request mapping at class level plus request mapping at method level should be unique. If you give same name, then your application will not be started. It will be giving compilation time problem with the ambiguous mapping error. Okay. So if you want to run this, what I need to do here? I'm going to
Name we take.
Yes. Instead of that, I need to take
Confusion.
mortgage. That's it. Loan/mortgage, loan/mortgage, get mortgage. Now this time no error will come. You can simply run this code. Now everything will come. There is no problem in this case. So you see here, automatically my application will be starting. No error. Yes, it started.
Is there any place that we can see all the registered URLs?
By default, ma'am, until Swagger is there. We have a Swagger internally implemented. In that, where you will see all URLs, all methods. But it's a outside of the third-party component Swagger. But by default, Spring Boot doesn't have this. By default, you can in the project only you can see everything. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Yes, Afia, go ahead.
Sir, you told for request mapping class level plus method level, that I get it. But if you are not defining the class level request mapping,
it's not
mandatory. If you are defining only the method level, so can we, execute this HTTP/
already
yeah.
Yes, already the same question is, I don't know why people are asking the same question again and again. Yes, already this question is also already asked. I clearly mentioned that product/add.
Okay.
Customer/add. If you write only add, you will get confused, right? Is it a product add or customer add?
Yeah,
if you have a product at product controller and add method at a method level, customer state at a controller and add at customer level. So by default, it's not mandatory that you should have a class level plus method level, but you can only keep it method level. If the same keyword is there in one more class also, add is there. If you keep add, is it a product add or it's a customer add or whatever, something should be there, right? So
Mhm.
to have a better control, class level plus method level should be there. Already this question is already asked actually. Okay.
Okay, sir. One more question, sir. So just before you have shown the error, there is some ambiguity between the two methods or the two URLs. Can you show, I mean, just for debugging with the process, like to understand more into the depth of the method, just I'm asking, can
What do you
we
want?
put the
What do you
debug,
want?
can we put the debug point at 32 line?
What is the
Or can you
problem?
put,
If you can keep your debug point, right? If I keep, then what exactly you will understand more apart from keeping a debug point?
just what's happening inside of that method and where is the error to want to know more clarity?
First of all, it's failing at compilation time, right?
Yeah.
It's failing at compilation time. Can you keep a debug
Yes, sir.
point for a compilation failure?
No.
And I didn't understand what exactly you will get, what exactly if a debug point comes, what exactly you can understand. And moreover, keeping a debug point, just clicking on mouse and clicking here, debug point will come and you can debug your code. Is that if Mr. Vijay only keep the debug point, then only you'll understand something like no, right? You can do
No,
your
sir,
own, right?
just,
No, just I'm
yeah.
asking. Okay, just I'm
No,
telling
it's not
you.
like that you can do. I'm not asking, just because we might be missing something and you will be teaching something according to the debug and how to look and what to say. That's what I want to understand. Nothing
By
like I
default,
cannot.
I'm
put.
clear. By default,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
clearly telling, okay? If you keep debug point, not only in this context, I want to clear your mind in future classes also, okay? By default, if debug point is there, with debug point, without debug point, our teaching style is same. Okay. If you have any questions, ask the question. But if you keep debug point, we'll come to know more exactly. That's not a real case. Okay. If you have any questions, ask n number of questions. Till you follow, I'll explain. But if you keep debug point, some more knowledge will come. If you don't keep debug point, some more, it's completely wrong assumption. That is what I want to try to convince you. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
Thank you. Any
Excuse
other
me,
questions?
Sir?
Yeah.
So, in every function, we have given a return statement, right, as a placeholder. In
By
position
default,
of
by
the
default,
return
I
personal
wrote,
loan section, return some other loan. The return
yes.
statements are placeholders, right, for sample output. In an actual application, in place of the return statement, we will put the business logic of that particular personal loan
Correct.
section.
Exactly.
Or the navigation also, or the navigation will be handled by the external front end, Angular or whatever, or React.js or whatever. Navigation between the pages.
Two questions. First question. Return type is I put a string. That's why I'm returning string. In real time, if you keep product object, you need to return product object. If you keep account object, you need to return account object. If you keep payment object, you need to return payment object. That we are going to discuss in upcoming classes. Okay. As of now, at a basic example, I am only returning string, which is not a placeholder. First of all, it is an output type. It's a core Java. Nothing to do with Spring Boot. Okay.
Yes, sir, I
Are you clear
understood that. I was thinking from the perspective of an actual bank application. In that, I went to the home page. There is a loan button. I clicked
Let
on
me
that.
explain, ma'am. Let me explain the second point. I'm not done that actually. Okay. Little bit patient. Just give me. Let me teach whatever the question you asked me. I'm going to about to explain. Okay. Next.
So another thing in this, I have another
First of all, ma'am. First of all, can you
not
please?
Yes, sir.
I have lot of time. Kindly one by one I will take. Okay. Please don't be hurry and don't be worrying. Okay. I'll make sure that you'll understand everything. But
Yes,
you need to little bit.
I have another doubt, not in this. One more doubt.
Can you take this answer? After that, can you ask a question? If you don't mind. One by one, can you take this answer? I'll ask one more question. And after that, one more question. I'm here, you are here. Okay. Please. Next. On a navigation point of view. Whenever on a front end, when you click personal loan, who will manage this particular navigation? That is your question. It's the front-end framework responsibility to form this particular URL. In a front end, they need to keep this particular URL on click of personal loan. That URL should be invoked so that Angular or React, they should click on that particular URL and URL should be formed in that, and Spring Boot it will trigger, and whatever the output it will form, that will be returned to the front end. It's the responsibility of a navigation should be taken care from the front end only. So whatever the URL I typed on the browser is the same URL should be used in our front end, and that navigation code will be done by the front end. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now go to third question. Yes.
Okay. So here in this, we have taken loan as a class and created multiple methods like personal loan, vehicular loan, right? Suppose I have a lot of things to do under personal loan itself. Like I need to, when I click on personal loan, I need to find out the past details of the past personal loans I took, or some other functionalities I have to perform under personal loan. In that case, in an application sense, won't I have to create personal loan itself as a class and vehicular loan itself as a different class, and under them multiple functions with controllers?
You can do that.
So in that sense, while creating the architecture flow of the application, will I create loan as a parent class and personal loan, vehicular loan, etc. as subclasses with methods attached to the controllers, or that loan to personal loan jump will completely be handled with the front end, and we'll only create the logic for personal loan, vehicular loan as separate classes with no parent inheritance relationships?
By default, when you have two levels of drilling, first level of is loan, and second level is personal loan, and third level is internal operation. Okay. When three levels are there, by default, the better logic is you need to have it feature level. Personal loan is a feature for me. Within personal loan, maybe I want personal loan for the track. I want personal loan. For example, the question will be personal loan for business customers, personal loan for software professionals or a salaried employees. Two are different business cases, right? If you want to go with that logic, you need to write personal loan as a one separate controller, home loan as a separate controller. The reason is you need to take every minute service as one of the test controller, and in that method should be as one of the service, and the URL should be managed by the front end only. Whether you write loan / personal / business customers, loan / personal / salaried customers, the URL drilling it based on your choice, but every service should be at a minute level. It's not at a parent level, and all child should be there. Always your personal loan is having a couple of operations. Your personal loan is a separate controller. If current loan, home loan is a separate process which is having separate methods, you have a separate controller. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? Yes.
So here we are not giving any application name in the URL. So what if I having two applications like HDFC and ICICI? So I have same kind of methods, and how this container will know that
you need to create one you need to create one project for HDFC. You need to create one project for ICICI. You cannot keep two functionalities in the same project. Okay. Localhost 8080 will be HDFC. Localhost 9090 for ICICI. Is that clear? Okay. Fine. I'll stop for today. I'll share the code, whatever I typed today. Okay.